So, hi, I'm Simon Jones. I am a CIO and have been a Chief Product Officer in the past. The last 5 years in particular, I've worked in building technology for both clinicians and patients to interact with each other and improve their healthcare. I've worked with Yalantis now for 4 or 5 years across 2 different companies. First as a Chief Product Officer, where we were building an engagement platform, both mobile and desktop, in order for patients to interact with their care teams, their providers, and be able to improve their care by that interaction. We also had some social components so that the patients could interact with each other, encourage healthy activities, etc. My last role was the CIO for a healthcare company that had nurses around the country visiting skilled nursing facilities and providing advanced wound care for those people. With Yalantis, we built a mobile application that was designed for the clinicians to help manage their workflow, manage their goals, manage the visits to their facilities, their schedules, some geosensitive communications, etc. there. And then also built a desktop platform in order for those same clinicians to manage their relationships with the facilities, their patient encounters and visits with patients, the ordering for their patients, their interaction with the clinicians, so that those patients could get the best care possible. The thing that has been unique in my experience working with Yalantis is they are not just a factory that you send over requirements. They develop exactly to those requirements, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent, and then ship you back some product. It's a much more interactive process, and the team at Yalantis, from the business analysts through the developers, are very good at saying, hey, there might be a better way of doing this, so why don't you take a look at this? And I've had experiences with them where I said, hey, let's do this, and they said, no, that's not the right way to do this. Let me tell you why. Let me demonstrate it to you. Here's what it would look like if you wanted to do it. Here's an alternative way, and it's generally a better way of doing it. So they bring a really intelligent and dynamic approach to the engagement that you don't get sometimes with other vendors that you may contract work out to. The other thing, and this is really one of the major points that has led me to work with Yalantis more than one time and go back and we'll work with them again in the future, is their user experience focus and excellence is better than anyone I've ever worked with. So they understand user experience, which is not a common thing in the IT world, frankly. I mean, we get a lot of applications that don't have a good user experience focus, and it's not just the screen design. It's not just the what are you going to click on each page. It's really how holistically you work and walk through the application. And we've had just absolutely great results working with them. And they're bringing a lot of that user experience design to us, not the other way around. So working with Yalantis in the US healthcare market, clearly one of the things that's important is compliance and maintaining privacy. Yalantis has a very good understanding of that in the US healthcare market, and while as a CIO you want to ensure that you continue to remain focused on that and continue to ask the right questions and probe at it, working with Yalantis in development of technology, it's great because they do have that core understanding of what it takes to remain HIPAA compliant, what it takes to keep the privacy needs met that we have. So the project management with Yalantis is fairly typical to what you would expect in a well-managed agile environment. So, the tools with Jira and Confluence, looking at things like burn down charts and velocity, really having those metrics at your fingertips so that you can understand where you are in an engagement. So beginning all the way from how do we disaggregate and break down the project into its component pieces, how do we schedule that out, how do we estimate against that, and then how do we manage to understand the velocity, understand what's getting accomplished when, and most importantly, the willingness to say, hey, something's not right, we need to correct this. We're getting off course, our velocity suffered, or we got blocked here. We get that flag early. They're more than willing, and in fact are pushing to fix it so that it's not the client side that's having to go back and say, hey, why isn't this working right? Generally, my experience has been the Atlantis team, somebody's calling me and saying, hey, we're not going as fast as we'd like to go. We got a problem, can we get together and fix it? I also tell people I'm going to use them again. I'm going to hire them again. They've done great work for me at 2 different companies. There's no reason to think they wouldn't do great work for me at a third, so I'm going to hire them again.